And D, like I always say, let's make a lot of money. Listen, we've been talking about stable coins all year long, and nothing's going to change because XRP runs the whole system. Stable coins are now becoming a real part of how money works, which means crypto companies like Ripple are becoming super important using cool tech like the XRP system. And it's really exciting to watch because this is stuff we've been talking about and guessing would happen for years, and it's finally happening today. Let's start by reading this post from Ripple that says stablecoins are now a huge part of how we pay for things. Now is the time to get updated. Actually, this comes from Jack McDonald, who's like the big boss of stablecoins at Ripple, and the newest article talking about how stablecoins like our US dollar ones are expected to handle $1 trillion in payments shows this. We now have the complete breakdown from some smart people called Croc, and because there's a lot of stuff to go through, I won't cover everything in it. The main thing I like to talk about is comparing M2 money supply to stablecoin supply. The M2 supply, the normal case, the worst case, and the best case for stablecoins by 2030 are all in this big study. Plus, the worst case shows 2.6% of the M2 supply, or $0.75 trillion. If we're really looking at this, 1.5 trillion, or 5.19% of the M2 supply, is the normal case. Also, the best case is $3 trillion, or 10.4% of the M2 supply. Right now, we have 1.1% of the world's M2 supply. So this means stablecoin growth will be really fast, which is great news for companies that make stablecoins. Here, they break down a few things. Slower acceptance causes careful growth in the worst situation. As stablecoins keep growing steadily, they connect the payment system and get more useful for store payments, business-to-business, and person-to-person payments. It almost looks like TH. This will be the main one, doesn't it? 1.5 trillion, or 5.2%, is the normal case. The use of stablecoins then speeds up, releasing trillions of dollars in value by getting deeper into the world money system and faster, cheaper payments. And this could definitely happen given how popular stablecoins are right now. This could totally happen. Again, there's just so much to talk about that I don't want to go into everything else in this. But I wanted to bring this up because once again, stablecoin adoption and growth are only going to get faster. One of the biggest things I've noticed is that traditional finance is really speeding up how they use stablecoins and even using the stablecoin market a lot because they don't want to get left behind. Actually, Citi is one of the newer ones. And now Justin's group is looking into crypto ETF services and stablecoin custody payments because of the recent U.S. laws that let people use digital money more widely. And I mentioned that this is happening when most people still don't believe that cryptocurrency is the future of money. Because again, if you talk to someone who doesn't know about cryptocurrency, they'll automatically think bad things. They think it's fake money, or they think it's FTX, Luna, meme coins, and all that stuff. They don't think it's real. The whole thing doesn't make sense to them. Their first thought when you say cryptocurrency is usually Bitcoin. They don't know about XRP, so they don't even understand anything else. Not only do they not know about these useful projects, but they also don't know about stable coins and how they're becoming more important in the money system. The tech boss of Ripple, David Schwartz, actually wrote a really good piece about what's happening here, that he said that more and more companies in the stable coin and payment world have been making their own blockchains. That, in my opinion, is a clear sign that the market thinks blockchain is essential money infrastructure, something we have supported and worked to build on the XRP system for more than 13 years. Making a blockchain is hard. It's way harder to build a whole ecosystem with developers, money flow, trust, and real use. Since it has been tried, tested, and made better for well over 10 years, the XRP system has gotten a lot of attention and big companies using it. Some blockchains are built with permission validator sets controlled by one organization or a small group of people. For some closed network settings, this can give control and rule following, but it limits reach, strength, and the ability for anyone to secure and grow the network. Plus the fact that no one solution works for all crypto use cases. What centralization and decentralization means has changed over time. The XRP system is public, and anyone can use it at its heart, as many of you know, with optional permission feature for use cases that have to follow rules. It is flexible, works with other systems, and perfectly positioned to act as important infrastructure for the world money system, easily connecting assets, markets, and players across country borders. Thanks to its open foundation, the XRP system was built to make sure fees stay the same and low. You could pay an XRP for any created asset for just a few cents without using a separate gas token, getting rid of the hassle and hidden cost of buying a different token just to make transactions. XRP is a bridge asset that is useful for payment, settlement, and providing money flow. It is also counterparty free and available to everyone. XRP is used and burned in each transaction on the XRP system. Deterministic finality and proof of authority-based consensus procedures, two design choices that have long been a feature of the XRP system's design, are encouragingly being used by some of the newer chains. That IT shows that the market is starting to see the value of consistent, reliable settlement for financial applications without needing expensive validation. Expecting more progress, amability, compliance-grade features, and increased money flow for big company use in the upcoming stage of XRP system improvements. Also, the crypto tent is just getting bigger for people who are just joining the party as a business. XRP has become a major force in enabling stable coins and on-chain payments. For this reason, we always predict that Ripple and XRP will grow 10 times bigger, if not more than they are now. And the reason for this is that adoption won't slow down going forward. Cryptocurrency won't just sort of fade away and, things are going to get faster and faster. Adoption is going to get hotter and hotter. This is only the beginning. What we're hearing from this administration is even more crazy than the rest of the stuff. Trump recently said that cryptocurrency would solve the problems with the current banking system. What a great time to be alive. He's talking about Bitcoin. But the problem is that many people will think, Bitcoin fixes this. He is talking about Bitcoin. Pay close attention to this. Many Americans don't know that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the money system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that Paul and others are fixing it, but payments and money transfers are expensive and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire old system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the newest crypto technology. Who would have thought we would have been saying that 2 years after? Indeed, when we think about how crazy this is, they do want to use cryptocurrency. They want to use cryptocurrency. They also want to use stablecoins. A big part of the puzzle is stablecoins. And Relust comes to mind when we think about that. It reminds me of Ripple. I think of XRP and the XRP system. Plus, we have Air Trump here. We have a broken banking system. The future is in cryptocurrency. Without a doubt, the fastest growing industry in the world is cryptocurrency. All of South America, Asia, and the Middle East are rushing toward Bitcoin. Our banking system isn't working right. Banks are open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 o'clock. If you try to send a wire at 4:59 on a Friday, it won't arrive until Monday. You have to wait 120 days for the same banks to let you borrow against your own money. Also, they have targeted half of Americans for wearing MAGA hats. So, pay special attention to this. Crypto is the fastest growing industry worldwide by far bar none. Everybody in the world. If you look at the Middle East, if you look at all of Asia, if you look at all of South America, they're all running toward cryptocurrency. I mean, we have a financial system, Brian, that's broken. If you want to send a wire at 4:59 on a Friday afternoon, somebody's not going to get it until, midday Monday. How is our banking system? 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You want to go get a loan? You want to go buy a house? The bank that you've banked with for 25 years will take 120 days to go through a know your customer report to give you your own money to be able to borrow against your own money. Our banking system is broken. And then that same banking system has gone after 50% of the Americans because they decided to wear a hat that says "Make America Great Again." We have to change the financial system. We will change a financial system. World Liberty is going to change the financial system. And honestly, I could not be more proud. And we started this company long before my father was elected, long before he won the election, certainly long before he actually got into politics again. Indeed, this is exactly why cryptocurrency will mess up the entire banking system. This is also the reason that Ripple has been talking about this topic for the past 13 years. When we hear these conversations, that's exactly why we look at XRP. We look at Ripple for this reason.